Yeah, welcome to my channel. Talking about the Mets. I mean, I haven't talked about them for quite a while now, but let's be honest. I think this is a lost season. Personally, I just want them to be competitive. I think I mentioned earlier in this season, specifically back in maybe May, the way the Mets were playing. We knew pitching was not working for them. Hitting what basically what Stearns did, he mucked around. He thought he could get the Mets competitive. I mean, there was high expectations. Of course, it turns out that's not the case. They are falling short, which is a given at this point. I mean, it's the Mets. What can you expect? Highest, I mean, one of the highest paid salaries uh, compared to all the other teams out there. Uh, it's a case where, like, I mean, there's a inkling that they can make it into the playoffs this year, like the wild card, but the probabilities is very, very low. If I was putting money on in Kalshi, I would not. I'll probably go against it. But if I would say this, if the Mets can kind of break even and beat 500 ball club this season, that'd be great. Will that happen? Highly unlikely. Let me check something out. Sorry. Kind of curious what the record is right now. I haven't been following them for quite a while. I mean, you had the World Cup, you had the Knicks and all that stuff. Oh. Sorry, I just saw LeBron news, but I'll get back to that in a bit. Standings for the Mets. Let's see where are they at. I mean, they're dead last. They're 17 and a half games away from first, of course. Braves being the Braves. That's pretty impressive. Philadelphia being Philadelphia. I mean, honestly, I thought Philadelphia was going to be good. I didn't figure the Braves were going to be in first place, but I think that's going to be a closer race. Brewers, I mean, it's impressive what they're doing as well as the Cubs. The Pirates, I mean, compared to the Mets, they have a low low salary, uh, total budget compared to the Mets. Diamondbacks, I mean, they were going to get in and out. The Padres, I think it was a surprise. I didn't think they were going to see what they. I didn't think we were going to see them at this stage that they were at. The Devil Rays, I mean, Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, honestly, they always have a low payroll, but yet they're able to be competitive every year, year in year out. I don't know why the Mets can't follow. If I'm Cohen, I try to recruit their scouting department as well as their management team. Stearns, as good as he is, what he did with the Brewers, you get the you get the Tampa Bay Rays uh management basically in here because like it's impressive what they're doing. The Chicago White Sox, I'll be honest, that's a surprise. I didn't think they were going to be this good. I mean, Toronto just fell off the map, which is kind of a surprise. I mean, it's not too late for them. They could still probably come back, but I'm surprised that they're at where they're at. Seattle and Texas makes sense. Houston being where they're at, but reality is with the Mets, the likelihood of them actually making the playoffs, I don't think that's happening. But I will say this: I mean, I was kind of curious seeing what they were saying. Oh, okay. Seeing what they were saying, basically, I was kind of curious to see what AI could do from that perspective. I was like kind of curious to see like if I were to go to AI and say it's like, hey, like ChatGPT, Gemini, even Claude for that matter, it's like, hey, you're the GM, what would you do? So I kind of did that right now. We could do it live as we speak. You know, not live, of course, but you know, basically to a point of like showing you what it shows, right? So this is of course ChatGPT, Gemini. Let me do it in ChatGPT. It might be better. Says you're the general manager, president of baseball operations for the New York Mets baseball team at the current state of the New York City. They may not make the playoffs. Blah blah blah. Making the playoff. I basically asked them like what they can do before the trade deadline occurs to make the Mets more competitive this year and whatnot. Um, and let's hit it. Same thing with Gemini. Same exact thing. Let's see what they all come back with. Uh, I also did it with Claude as well too. Let's see how they work out from that perspective. I mean, I'd be surprised if they do really well. Let's see. I mean, this is ChatGPT, of course. I'm doing the paid version of ChatGPT, same as Gemini, same as Claude. Let's see how they come out with. Should I use Fable? I would use Fable, but it's going to eat up a lot of tokens. It'll just eat up everything for me, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, Gemini came out with something. Okay. Whoa. Okay, this is impressive that they came back faster. I mean, it'd be interesting what Gemini thinks. As GM president, my promise was to value this. Under 1%. Wow, it says 1%. Crippling momentum, leaving us players under leaving with the generational talent like Juan Soto and Olympo starting pitching as well, consistent command the zone. We will not buy in. We will not make reckless short-sighted trade deadline purchases to chase a phantom 2026 playoff spot. Wow. Okay. Attempting to buy our way to contention from 17 games under 500 would be a front office move. I would mortgage our future capital for an illusion. Instead, we are officially pivoting to an aggressive reload and retargeting strategy for 2027. Steve going to sustain up to build a sustainable championship calendar juggernaut. Wow, okay. Phase 1. Liquidation plan. Next 10 days, let's see, we will leverage the desperate contenders in the market. We will hold 2 of the most coveted and rental base for right-handed pitching. All right, so trade Peralta for okay, to Baltimore, Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay, that makes sense. Clay Holmes as well too. Philadelphia Phillies, Texas Rangers. I'm not happy and thrilled about trading him to the Phillies, but hey, let's do it. What else? Better role players. Okay, interesting. That's interesting. What? This is Gemini. This is Gemini. Phase 2 leadership. Let me put myself up here for a second in the corner so you see me in the corner at least while I'm reading too. Phase 2 leadership and cultural overhaul. A losing culture cannot be fixed, blah, blah, blah. Skip Schumacher. Okay. Getting Schumacher. Bench coach Will Venable. Okay. Pitching director Brian Bannister. Yeah. Interesting. This is some interesting things what Gemini is saying. Mastermind hit for agency. Okay. Target for Tarek Scuball. Whoa. Okay. Michael King. If we can get him, that'd be great. Jat Chisholm, it'd be impressive if we could get Chisholm, but so it looks like we're not trading. It's saying not to trade Lindor. Okay. Base machines of power. Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, Francisco Alvarez, Jazz Chisholm. The rotation fronted by Tarek Skubal and Michael King, backed by our top pitching prospect corner in the 26-29. The coach are led by Skip Schumacher. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Kind of interesting. I'm kind of curious to see what chat. No, that was Gemini. This is Claude. Let's go ChatGPT. Whoa, ChatGPT still going. Okay. So this is Claude. Phase 1 trade deadline. Freddie Peralta, despite non-union pending free agency, he can still. Well, actually, let's see. Phase 1, the trade deadline. Here we go. We're headlining the sellers on the market for a while. That's leverage. We've already told them teams want. I'll touch on. I'm keeping that way. Those are the spin-offs next. We already flipped David Peterson to the Cubs for first baseman. Cole Montes. Okay. The fantasy about sneaking to 2026 is over. My charge right now is to convert this dead season into the post dangerous 27. Wow, okay. Even Claude is saying basically that the Mets aren't going to be able to. Freddie Peralta, despite Italian and pending grade, he can still fetch my asthma control over starter on top 100 prospect. Luis Rez. Okay. Brooks Raleigh and AJ Minter. Okay, interesting. Tyrone Taylor and Luke Weaver and Huascar Razabon. Okay. So Claude is saying for a few players, whereas Gemini basically was saying um, Peralta and some veteran role play. Okay, makes sense. What I hold, Senga Minea stay. Their rotation building blocks for next gen. I only move them for overpay. This is where I think I disagree with Claude. Senga has to go because he's not worth it anymore. Minea stays. Okay, I will probably keep Minea in the bullpen. He makes more sense to keep him in the bullpen. Phase 2. I evaluate if the young core McLean visibly develops. He's a live candidate, but my is in an October tested high candidate who's handled a big market. Oh, they're not naming any names. McLean is Scott. Okay, they're not naming names for coaches or managers. Interesting. Okay, that's what Claude's not going to do. All right. Phase 3. Free agent signing. Tarek Skubal. Okay, they're saying Tarek Skubal. Michael King. If he opts out of his player option. Resign Freddie Peralta. Okay. It's possible if you trade him and then you could re-sign him. That's a possibility as well too. Bo is expected to opt out of the 2 years and anyways. Bo with Lindor at the short end, seeming at second hour overpay him to retain him. I'll let him walk. Yeah, you might as well let him walk. I'm not chasing the top hitters. Chaz Chisholm and Hap Suzuki and Soto, Lindor, Simeon, and a young. Oh, okay. So this Claude's saying that don't go after Jazz Chisholm or Hap or Suzuki. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Now let's see what ChatGPT says. ChatGPT still going, unfortunately. But that's interesting. Gemini saying go for Jazz. Claude saying don't. That is very fascinating. Wow. Okay. I did not see that happening, honestly. That's impressive what Claude is saying, basically. I mean, Claude versus Gemini? Um, it'd be good if yeah, I probably should have. I'm sorry, I probably should have just basically got ChatGPT to open up very quickly, but I'm surprised it's taken this long, honestly. Apologies for that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here it is. Okay. My decision as president of operations. Okay. I would try to win every game, but I would still stop managing the roster around veterans who are unlikely to be part of the next championship team. The untouchable group. I would not trade Juan Soto. Lindor. Okay, not trading Lindor. McLean, Bench, AJ Ewing, Christian Scott, Zach Thornton, Francisco Alvarez. Okay. Mark Vientos, Brett Batty, and Nick Rowe would be available only if another team offered a controllable above average starting pitcher or everyday position. Okay, that I agree with that. Mark Vientos, Brett Batty, and Nick Morabito, I would get rid of them if you can. Playing time, Jeff. For the remainder of the round, you can play center field, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All right. 26 trade deadline transactions. Freddie Peralta and Luke Weaver to the Cubs for second, third baseman Pedro Ramirez. Interesting. Brooks Rowley. Wow. Minter, Brooks Rowley, Tyrone Taylor, Carlos Mateo, Nathan Peters. Okay. Westcard Rosamond, Louis Robert Jr. Makes sense for Bryce Mayo. Clay Holmes. Oh, trade him to Brewers. Interesting. Okay. Francisco, Bo Bichette, Devin Williams.
Williams. Francisco Alvarez, offseason wants to clean up. Who's Robert Jr.? Jorge Blanco. Oh, yeah, get rid of him. I would get rid of Sonyan, Sean Mayer. Yeah, I would retain him. Play Holmes if he was not traded over 3 years. That makes sense. Every major free agent signing I would pursue. Tarek Skewball. 10 years, $1 million. Michael King. Wow. Ryan Mountcastle. Brian Abreu. Oh. Okay. Brian Mountcastle makes sense. Interesting. Alex Basia. What am I not doing? I would not sign chassis. I want to look up straight in. And that's still lacked a second baseman. The roster already contains significant. Cosmo has already been dismissed. Andy Green is serving as interim. Green report is not treating mid-Simon as a mission. Carlos Beltran said he has a personal but declined at this time. Howard Score makes sense. George Lombard compared to what they said. What did they say here? Interesting. Chris Oak. Dylan Lawson. Yes. I totally agree with JD Martinez. This is head coach. Defensive coordinator. You know, we need to find someone. Interesting. Interesting. What they're projecting. Okay. I would get rid of Bo Bichette. I would definitely get rid of Bo Bichette. Batty, I would get rid of if possible. Tax Skill, Noah Clean, Michael King, Christian Scott, Zach Thorne, Charbonnier. Closer, Devin Williams. Yeah. Bobby Brian Abreu. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm aligned with that, actually, surprisingly enough. I'm aligned with that. It's surprising.
Well, in any case, you saw my thoughts. You saw what ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude has said basically. Do I agree with some of them? It can vary. But I'll be honest, some of the stuff made sense. Manager wise, I don't know what to do at that point, or coaches for that matter, but Gemini making us call for like trading for Jazz Chisholm or signing him. Both Claude and ChatGPT are saying it's like, no, don't. Um, it's interesting. Let's see what happens from that perspective. But with it, I'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with some of these what AI is saying with these three basically, or do you disagree? Do you feel like the Mets should sign someone or trade away, or do you think that you know I'm a guy that has hope, even though I shouldn't, but I have that slight inkling of hope if the Mets can go on a 22-game winning streak. 22-game winning streak. Who knows? Who knows? Um, they're in the wild card contentions at that point. I don't know. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, of course, as always, unrehearsed. And by the way, you're welcome to put it into your chat, what you think. I do read them all. I do respond to them. It'd be good to have a conversation about this. Will I talk more about the Mets later on the season? Well, trading deadline's occurring soon. You know, like it's about almost over next week. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, the fact that we traded Peterson made sense. Made sense. Thought we could gotten more out of him, but who knows? Maybe that trade's going to come to bite us, like the way we did with PCA. Maybe Peterson does really well. Maybe it was a pitching coach that need to, he needed a new pitching coach. Time will only tell. But with that, I'll leave it at that again. Let me know your thoughts. Salute.